It's 19 hours 22 in Guyana. Thank you so much for listening to Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. It's time for the Glenn Lall Show. Tell it as it is. Without further ado, Mr. Lall, over to you.
Thank you, Kevin. Namaste, Kevin. Kevin, just before you made that introduction, a little piece of video played there. Could you play it back? Let Guyana hear that thing. I love it. I love it. Could you play it back, sir?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Some of you may be as
The rest of Africa, I do not know. I am just a visitor. My gosh, he should have added Guyana to that list of people who head into politics only to get rich. Oh boy, the entire Africa. That's why it is where it is. Kevin, tonight I want to begin with a quote I read sometime or somewhere back. It says, yesterday I was clever and wanted to change the world. Today I'm wise and want to change myself. Let me repeat. Yesterday I was clever and wanted to change the world. Today I am wise. I want to change myself. Namaste to every one of you listening to this program tonight, both in Guyana and outside of Guyana. Remember, I love you, and I don't know how many of you love me, but that's okay with me. I will be speaking tonight less and allow others who speak the same language as I do, who also have the same care and concern, not only for Guyana, but the entire universe. Yes, I will allow them to speak, just like how I allow Mr. Lubumba to speak before I enter the arena just now. There are many people who think, who love, and who speak like Mr. Lubumba and myself. The first person you will be hearing tonight is the Prime Minister of Barbados, Miss Maya Motley, a fantastic woman. I can listen to her and never get tired or bored. When she speaks, you feel the emotions coming out of her, inspiring you. You can sense the honesty, the sincerity, and the humility in her voice. And one that a woman, Prime Minister from a tiny island called Barbados, could stand up before them and command their attention with the power of her message. If you guys can get hold of that speech, look at it for yourself. A few days ago, she addressed a gathering of war leaders in Egypt. Again, she was inspiring and stole the show. I will give you the opportunity to listen to her, the entire speech, for yourselves in a moment. But before I play her, let me give you a little briefing of what you're about to listen to. She talked about the massive floods 3 months ago in Pakistan that killed over 1,700 people and put millions, over 40 millions on the streets or roadways. Any piece of dry land they can find to survive under a piece of tarpaulin. Yes. Under a piece of tarpaulin, uncle and auntie, to cover their heads. The heat waves from Europe to China. Floods in the Caribbean. We had our own last year, which our president said was the worst natural disaster in our history. A ton of stuff this lady talk about that you will listen to in a moment. You would hear the Prime Minister saying, all oil companies making hundreds of billions of US dollars in the last 3 months. And 10 cents on every dollar they can chip in to help secure the world that they're destroying. You're going to hear her. I'll play her. Could you play there now for them? Listen carefully to her, please. And who want to listen it online, we are posting the link there. You can listen to it on YouTube too for yourself. But I guess you could listen to it here. Go ahead and play it. Wow. Wow. I am lost for words, to say the least, to describe how I feel about that presentation Prime Minister of Barbados delivered in Egypt a few days ago. I think I'm going to buy her a gift and send her. And I think all Guyana should send her a gift for that speech alone. Uncle and Auntie, if I am to dissect and explain that speech, it will take no less than 2 months everyday program. The amount of food she gave us there to eat. It's more than a mouthful. But she said some things. One of them struck me very deep in my heart. And I think most of you missed it or it jumped over your head. I want to play it back, that little tiny piece, for you to listen what she said. Could you play that little piece? This world looks still too much like it did when it was part of an imperialist empire. Hear those words? You hear that statement? I'm going to repeat it, Uncle. This world still looks too much like it did when it was part of an imperialistic empire. You know what she means, dear Uncle and Auntie? She is simply saying that where Guyana, the Caribbean, Africa, and Asia is today is like where we were 100 years ago when the white man had us in bondage and slavery. Yes, that's what she means. She said the global north, this is when she went further into her statement. She said the global north can get money to borrow and pay between 1 to 4% interest rate from the World Bank, the IMF, the IDB, and so on. But the global south has to pay 14% interest rate. Not if, but every time we borrow money. Yes, the global north with the white people, they are paying $1 to $4 on every $100 them borrow. But we, the black, brown, and purple people of the south, has to pay $14 on every $100 we borrow. That is why the Prime Minister said the world looks still too much like it did when it was part of an imperialistic empire. Yes, Uncle. She is correct. She is spot on. We still living back in the days of enslavement where the playing field is not level. If you're white, you got the right. You got the privileges over anyone else. Any other color, you take what I give you. Like what we are getting here. We take in 1 and 2% royalty from our oil. Like if are we dotish, like if are we stupid. Is y'all own leaders enslaving us all over again? And Mia Motley knows that very well. I love that woman. I glanced at a story carried yesterday by the Guyana Times on their front page, and it was sickening to my soul. The headline reads, Guyana's economic climate very promising, dash US ambassador, with her photograph at the side of the headline. Wow. I think the Barbados Prime Minister would respond to this woman using diplomatic language, but Glenn Lall refuses to use diplomatic language, even if I had known how to use it to describe this insult to all of us with that front page story. Guyana's economic climate very promising, US ambassador. You know what she's doing there, uncle? She is deliberately selling the Guyanese, every one of us, a fake dream. A dead, stinking pig in a bag. That's what she's doing to all of us with that string. She's dangling in our face about promising economy. She never one day talked about the rip-off the American companies, along with the ExxonMobil, doing to Guyana with that criminal contract. A contract deal that cannot even repair the damages and destructions being done to Guyana by the oil companies. Yes. Who fetching out our oil well? The US ambassador would not speak about the security of Guyana and its people, where full liability coverage is concerned. Guyana and the whole region is at risk, but you wouldn't hear a word from her. She would not speak about Guyana's environment and its people. That's not value to her. You think she's concerned if ExxonMobil paying taxes or not? But this is the promising economy she's dangling in front we hungry belly people. Yes. And Guyana Times, the Jagdeo newspaper, is proud to put that on the front page. That's the kind of message Jagdeo wants to plaster in your faces every day. Oh, we have a promising economy. You hear it? It's coming from the US ambassador's mouth. What a Guyana you live in. From independence to now. I name something that has shown progress in this country. Name it. All the gold, the diamond, the bauxite y'all have. Getting thief out by the billions every year. This country is still sitting with a 3 billion debt and borrowing every hour to buy COVID medicine and patch little roads. The US ambassador, yes, seeing that as promising economy. Yes, she dangling the string in front we faces, how promising it looks with debts. They used to dangle, the white people used to dangle shiny objects and tell the Africans it's gold and diamonds and how promising their lives will become. Then they bring them in chains from neck to toe and murder them when they can't work no more. in that same story, you heard from the Prime Minister. We were reminded how she carried President Ali. I shouldn't say that come from the Prime Minister. In the same story of the Guyana Times newspaper, yes, we were reminded by the U.S. ambassador how she carried President Ali to Washington. Yes, to stuff down a $2 billion US loan. Yes, on Guyana Truth. In the same story, we will wait and see if it's going to be a 4% interest that the white people must pay, or a 14% the black, brown, and purple people does have to pay. Yes, let's wait and see. He ain't collect it as yet. This is the promising economy the U.S. ambassador is talking about. Before we find oil, you couldn't get a penny to borrow from them because there was nothing for them here in Guyana. Yes. Now oil fine. And everybody want to shove money down your throat by the billions of US dollar in loans. You catch a donkey and you bleed it back. Or you know they say when you catch a pacu, you bust open your head and pack salt in it. That is what is promising about Guyana and its economy. Yes. Now please listen to our own President Ali, how promising Guyana would be. When he was asked by my reporter 2 days ago, only 2 days ago, if he will seek to get anything better out of the Exxon deal with the upcoming projects they are going to approve. He told my reporter, yes, no matter how you shape the question, the answer is still the same, no. Could you please play him for them? Please listen to him.
How do you feel about these new terms extending to only the smaller blocks that are to be auctioned rather than this huge Stabroek block that already have 11 billion barrels of oil discovered?
The answer won't change. There's an agreement governing the existing Stabroek block.
So you're comfortable with those provisions in there?
No, I'm saying, I never told you, I never said anything about comfort. In the campaign, we acknowledged that this was a lopsided agreement. We acknowledge that the last government did a horrible job, but that we have to respect the agreement.
You have to respect the agreement. Uncle, that is not what he said before he became president. I want you to listen to what he said back then, before president. Play it for them, let them hear, let them be reminded about it.
The oil contract. Do you agree with the 55 billion signed away global witness report? And will you revisit the oil contract?
We have made it very clear, but we can never agree. How can, I don't think any Guyanese agree with this. No Guyanese, except the government that is defending it. We have made it very clear that we have to go towards looking at these contracts, renegotiating these contracts, looking at contract management, and all of these things. Everything we have to relook at because we have to ensure that our country does not get the wrong end of the stick.
So everything is on the table for review as it relates to oil contracts?
Yes, review and renegotiate.
Yes, review and renegotiate. He said we have made it very clear. We could never agree. I don't think any Guyanese, no Guyanese except the government of the day that is defending it. We have made it very clear, President Ali said, that we have to go towards relooking at these contracts, renegotiate these contracts. He said, look at the contract management. They will look at the contract management, and all these things. Everything have to relook at, because we have to ensure that our country does not get the wrong end of the stick. Yes. Review and renegotiate. The last two words that came out of his mouth back then. Review and renegotiate. Today, auntie, today, uncle, President Ali, he is not changing. He is not touching the Stabrook deal. That was Kaieteur News lead story Sunday, yesterday. This man, President Ali, uncle, got to be the most favorite Guyanese mouth twister to the U.S. ambassador. He talking she language there. Yeah, not Guyana language. He talking she language. Don't talk anything bad or change anything with the American company contract. Let them take our clothes off and do whatever they want to us. You heard him, man. Those were his words. Or those words he spoke there, I just explain it, what he means. Presently, the Guyanese people getting almost nothing. Nada, uncle, nada. Out of the Stabrook block. And our president doing absolutely nothing to help us hold the right end of the stick, or the little piece up the stick, rather than the rotten end of the stick. Doing nothing. Nothing. Half of the children in this country going to school hungry belly without lunch. Teachers begging companies to send bread, cheese, nut butter, whatever you can, if you don't want to send money to help out the children that is fainting in our schools every day out of hunger. And President Ali telling the reporter, anyhow you twist it or turn it, you're not going to get anything from me. In other words, don't ask me that question again. Get lost. That is the promising economy you're looking at. With another $2 billion US coming from the US in loans. To add to the already $3 billion debt. And he don't want to increase. He don't want increase on nothing. Yes, he don't want increase on nothing. Are you going to stick with the 2% royalty? If are you getting 2% at all? I'm going to come up with a 2% and tell you the real story behind it. I did a TikTok yesterday. I see it going viral, it going wild. How they're sharing this 50 profit. Are you not even getting quarter? Are you not even getting half of the quarter of what they're telling us? I did a TikTok on it. It's online. So you gotta stick with a 2% royalty, which is 2 cents from every dollar the Guyanese people getting on their oil. No taxes, none whatsoever. No ring fencing, no full liability coverage. You're going to stick with it as it is. That is what President Ali telling us. Here this Prime Minister telling the world that oil companies should give 10 cents on every dollar out of the profits they are making today. My God. My God, Barbados Prime Minister went to Egypt to tell the whole world that oil companies should give us 10 cents. Wow. Wow. On every dollar from the profit they make. Kevin, you think you understand? You understand what the lady said? As to what is happening in this country? That lady is not talking about the deal or the deal that any country got with their oil companies, uncle. That has nothing to do with the deal. All she's saying to the world leaders, including Guyana President Ali, is that the oil companies should pay 10 cents out of every dollar they make. Yes, from the huge profits. The huge profits they're making today. I mean today, Monday. That is what she's asking for, 10 cents. She said all the oil companies should pay 10 cents because it's a humongous profit. I'll jump on $55, $60 barrel to $100 barrel. It has nothing to do with the deal. Oh boy. Profit galore, brother. Profit galore. And we hold deal, Kevin. This entire deal we have with ExxonMobil ain't even giving us 10 cents per every dollar. You imagine that? We not even getting 10 cents per every dollar on the deal. Much less we're going to get another 10 cents. These guys wouldn't ask for nothing. I only hope y'all understand that, man. You're getting nothing. And the leaders ain't want nothing. And you children fainting in classrooms from hunger. A 22-year-old teacher, I spoke about it Friday night, if I remember, wrote a long letter to President Ali, begging him to waive $345,000 in taxes. GRA said she has to pay because she was working at a call center part-time. Just to make ends meet. To help out your family, she's single mother. Mine, she brothers and sisters. I remember I spoke a minute on it last Friday. And the full story is in yesterday's Kaieteur newspaper. According to GRA, she owed them $270-something thousand in taxes. That was not calculated properly, according to them, with 2 jobs. And that money, along with interest, they must have put on interest the same way how the white man put on interest upon brown, black and purple people, Kevin. Because that 270-something thousand made $345,000 the poor child owe. We can't get a cent taxes from ExxonMobil, but ready for jail a 22-year-old teacher who engaging in an honest job, a part-time job, away from her teaching job. Guyanese bring up an ounce of gold. Guyanese bring up an ounce of gold, Ambassador. Guyanese cut a tree, Ambassador. The Gold Board, the Forestry Commission, and GRA want their fair share of taxes. Miss Ambassador, foreign companies were fetching out. Yes, our lumber by the containers, our gold by the tons, our oil by the shiploads, going out free. Tax free, Miss Ambassador. This is the promising economy that President Ali and you talking about. Is this way all envision for the Guyanese people? I love Guyana. And I love all of you too. Whether you love me or you don't love me, you hate me or you don't hate me, I still love you. There is no opposition in Barbados. You hear the uncle? They ain't got no opposition in Barbados. You know why? Because everybody voted for that woman you heard there, including the opposition supporters. She government occupies all the seats in parliament. Yes, that's how much she's loved in Barbados. That nobody voted for the opposition and give them a single seat in parliament. All of you go run back and stain your finger for these same sellouts, corrupt and incompetent failures we have in this land. Let me give you guys a quick preview of another tape I am about to play for you to hear about what the white people have done to the non-white natives when they discovered Hispaniola, which is today called the Dominican Republic. The native people welcomed them with loving and open arms, only for them to turn around and snatch the babies from their mother's hand and bash their heads against rocks. Cut off the breasts of women, cut off men's hands when they failed to bring the amount of gold they were instructed to deliver. Yeah, man. Could you play that tape for me? Take a moment and play it. Those of you who listen online, it's posted. The link is posted, right? Go ahead. You can click it there online. What the? Whoa. As that man was speaking, the hair on my body, which I only have a few, all stood out. Even on my head, that I don't have, was standing up. I think he was pretty much clear in what he said there. But I will put it in a nutshell. Just for those of you who may have missed his language. I'll put it in a nutshell. From time to time, from since Christopher Columbus to now, Uncle, it is the same story repeating itself over and over again. Where the white people come and covet your property. Covet your property. Covet your gold, your diamond, your bauxite, your oil, your girl children, your land, your sugar, your rice, anything that got money written on it, they want all for themselves and enslave you. Columbus did it here in the same region. The French people did it in Congo and Africa, and still doing it in parts of Africa. The British did it in parts of Africa and all of India. The Americans doing it all over the world, including right here, before and presently. They size up your thing. Yeah, like your gold, your diamond, and so on. Now your oil. And then they take it away via contracts signed by these incompetent or corrupt betrayers posing as leaders. Yes, posing as leaders in which nothing is left for me and you, the real owners of this land. You know what is left for us, Uncle? Brutality, destruction, and words of promising economy. Yes. Yes. Guyana is a promising economy. That is what you get in from their mouths. In Africa, they used to go in there. I remember this story when I went to Africa. One of the ex-government minister told me in Kenya. He said they used to go in there with the Bible and tell the African people, we bring in God and the promise of heaven to y'all. They tell the Africans to close their eyes and let's pray. Yes. When the Africans open their eyes after the prayers, the Bible that was in the white man's hand ended up in the African man's hand. And the African man's wealth ended up in the white man's hand. Yes. That is what Ali, Jagdeo, Norton, Ramjatan, and Trotman leave us with. We are holding a contract with promises inside. And the white man holding we money, we Isle Black. That's what is happening in this country. I read today about the word fear. F-E-A-R. It has two meanings. Forget everything and run. Or face everything and rise. Beautifully put, eh? That's a good thinker, fear. F-E-A-R. Yes. Forget everything and run. Or face everything and rise. There's a dead rat on your kitchen floor and no one wants to remove it. Yes. No one wants to remove it. You know what I'm talking about. And you know who I'm talking about. There are several dead rats in this country. And no one wants to remove them. Decide if you're going to face it or run from it. And with that I say, namaste, good night, God bless, have a great evening. I'll take 2 calls.
That was a very, very informative presentation, very detailed and very impactful. As boss said, we'll take 2 calls.
Thank you,
And then we'll head
Kevin.
off. But the number you can call is 226-7453.
Kevin, it is sad.
226-7454.
It is sad
It is indeed.
that when you watch everything that goes on in this land, every day, you know, everything these people selling out. And they have no shame whatsoever about it.
And quickly.
And the ambassadors and the high commissioners in this country, they are all in cahoots
They're enjoying
because
it.
their countries are the ones that is raping this country of everything through the leaders that we have. Wait, you guys not seeing anything? You hear the language that comes out from President Ali Mouth, Jagdev Norton, and Ramjita? Yeah, man. It is sad. It is sickening, to say the least, of what's happening. Not a single word you hear about what's going on. Nothing. All you hear is about a 10 cents and a 15 cents. A 19,000 and a 20,000. Good evening, sir. You're live on air.
Yes, good night.
Good
Should
night.
we protest the ambassador in front of the U.S. Embassy?
For such a statement,
Yes, sir.
I think the whole Guyana should end up there. Especially those starving children.
Yes, I agree. 100%.
A matter of fact, if you ask me, I would like to chain my entire body from my neck to my toe. Just give me a little place to walk and go stand up in front the front gate of the U.S. Embassy. With that crap. With that misleading. That fake promise. She's pushing
Yes.
down the Guyanese people's throat.
Yes.
And I am damn upset about it.
I am too. I'm mad. I am mad.
Yeah, everybody should go there, man. They
I
should,
agree.
these diplomats should not be given any scope whatsoever to talk to this country the way they're talking to us. No, man. No. But these clowns, sorry, I promise not to call these people clowns. These intellectual politicians we have here, they love the backup because their pockets are being, yes, pack up. So they want that kind of backup to pack up more. My friend,
Let me,
I think you guys
Yes.
should go out. I think this country should have been shut down a long time ago. But
Yes,
nobody
I agree.
doing anything or nobody saying anything.
I agree.
I am going on a vacation, so when you guys miss me, is tata, bye-bye. Tata,
Mr.
bye-bye.
Lall, let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Should I be more mad at the
Announce the
ambassador who's a foreigner, or should I be more mad at the leaders who are locals? Because the ambassador, you expect that
My
she
friend,
being a foreigner,
my
she
friend,
represent her.
my friend, all these ambassadors and high commissioners should keep their mouth shut and don't
Agree.
mislead the nation. That's all I'm saying.
I agree.
All right? Our government
agree.
is doing it, and they are just supportive. They're the backup.
Yes.
They're the backup to let the Guyanese people feel. You see, black, purple, and brown people of this world still living with this attitude, this mentality that a white man or a white woman, they look up to them, that they're the best thing ever could happen to them. A visa is the best thing for them.
Yes.
So they want to see their country. What they don't know, that their country can become better than the white people country. You understand? They don't understand that. They don't understand that we have more wealth to become the best country on earth.
Yes.
But they're so left out in the dark because knowledge is not sharing, and your leaders you have, they're so crookish, they're so scampish, they're so misleading that they're not telling you the truth. They're not even saying anything much, just tell you the truth. And when they open their mouth, there's a pack of lies coming out.
Yes.
But I am upset that the ambassador pushing him out into it. It's the same thing she did. It's the same thing she did when she said she gave the U.S. Embassy gave 1.5 million US to regularize the fishing industry, and had big camera showing, U.S. Embassy helping to regularize the fishing industry. She regularizing the oil companies' business out there. She don't want the fishermen them to go around there.
Yes.
But she's not telling us that. She's not telling us that the oil operation killing all the fishes at sea make Guyana has become an importer of seafood in this country now. She's not telling us that. But she come in and throw a 1.5 and the God, let me hold back that word. The minister saying, thank you, ambassador, thank you. Them man thief you wealth by the billions of US dollars and throwing back aid at you for help you clean up, help you stay away. And you, minister, said, thank you. Oh, you're so good. You guys have been so great to us.
Yes.
It's like me come and thief out, me thief out a couple million from your safe in your house, and me come back next day and give you 100,000 and say, I want to help your children and buy back some clothes, Yeah, that's what they're doing. Anything else, sir?
No, thank you.
Have a good night. Good night. 622 2222.
We have a WhatsApp call.
Take it. Go ahead.
Hi, good night, Mr. Glenn.
Yes, good night, sir.
Thank God for technology.
I love it.
Yeah, thank God for technology. Because this way see going on in this country, Mr. Glenn. I want to know why this nation sit down so quiet when you see you go out on the road business, nothing going on out there, nothing even selling. Yeah, things nothing and selling out there. And you see these politicians, these pigskin banner, when they meet in front of these banner, like they just get weak and nervous, giving away everything and they pocket full in and left this nation unprotected. We need the protest, Mr. Glenn. I want to know what really going on in this place here. Every day with one thing over and over, different story they're talking them and telling this nation exactly what's going on. And people just sit down taking this thing. You see when you go around by the market area, nothing people are selling. If you get sale or two, some of them saying thank God for the day. Some people are getting no sale. All in the store, them all in Regent Street, all over the place, dead. No money circulating, no way.
Jagdev and Ali will come out just now and give some couple of households 19,000 and 20,000 and life go back as normal again.
Mr. Glenn, we need this protest.
I understand what you're saying, my friend. I understand what you're saying. I am with you. Like I'm saying, the whole country should shut down, right? But you got to get the people out. But these people are so much in love with their PPP and the PNC and the AFC. Right. You
Wa-
gotta help me with that one.
watch on the TikTok. Some the elder people them were getting the 28,000, saying they should get 100,000. Some of these people mocking these people and saying but they know them supposed to take what they get.
Yep.
In the cost of living like this. You understand? You
Thank you,
pay
friend.
the
Just leave your
more the
number.
cost of living higher than you pay.
Thank you.
Two pound planting for $500. I want to know what really going on in the backyard with some of these farmers who are going on. These things they behaving like these things importing from outside. The planting and the cassava and pumpkin and them thing.
I hear you. Leave your number. I'm going to talk to you off here.
All right.
Have a good night. Good evening, sir. You're live.
Hi, good evening, my brother Glenn. Namaste to you, the panel, and all listeners and viewers.
Namaste.
My brother, there is a saying that a snake does change a lot of skin in his lifetime, but that snake will always remain a snake. That snake will never change. That snake will never change.
I miss you a long time, like you went on a vacation.
The program does be so entertaining, informative, and educated that when you finish this program, I am speechless. I am speechless. And I think the man from Africa said it so good and so well, that when you want to become filthy rich, you just become a politician, not only in Africa, but in Guyana.
Mm-hmm.
And I say that to say that a lot of people think and feel that the PPP realized they made a lot of mistakes for the 23 years. And when they go in this time, they would do a far better and good job because they have learned from their mistake.
Oh,
so
no.
When I heard that from some friends and so, I said, boy, you know, these chaps will never change. In fact, they will change to be worse. And we are seeing and witnessing this with our own eyes.
Mm-hmm.
What they're doing to Guyana and the Guyanese people, giving away all our resources and wealth to foreigners.
Giving away our unborn children.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Livelihood and future. That's what they're
Well, I
doing.
think history
It's not about our
repeating
wealth
itself.
today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You see how fast they're running with it?
Uh-huh.
Them chaps is like they're on some bullet train. They're not even running on train like what you have in the United States with ExxonMobil. Them bandits running with trains like in Japan and China and Europe. Some bullet trains that go 300, 400, 500 miles per hour.
When you ask these fellas about our resources, our oil, man, they get so damn vexed. I can remember the incident in Bartica. That woman could have been one of them mother sister. At least she's a Guyanese, and she could have been one even them supporter. But get so vexed and annoyed. To me, when you ask these people about our resources and oil, to me, if you tell them something about their wife and mother, they wouldn't feel so annoyed.
Exactly, you know, I believe you.
It seems to me like I'm just saying that they're getting more from these oil company and these foreigners more than I get from their wife.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I want to believe you.
That is why. Mm-hmm. Yes.
They're more happy. They're more happy with that rather than their family, their parents.
Yes, and their family.
Or their wife or husband.
So,
yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but you know, we can like what Exxon and the other people doing to Guyana, but they can't do it without the leaders in Guyana.
Exactly.
The leaders them is in collusion with these people. What they do all over the world. And I'm saying this to the Guyanese people that if we don't come together and forget our differences, we will end up worse than Africa and the other Asian country. It is coming, Glenn. Your word will come to pass if the Guyanese people don't listen. But maybe too late shall be the cry.
You hear what I just said? I said there are dead rats in the kitchen, and nobody wants to pick it up and throw it out or throw them out. You know, you understand what I'm saying there?
Yes.
These politicians are dead rats you have in this land, but you're never going to get the Guyanese people to pick them up and throw them out. You understand? And this is the downfall. This will be the downfall
exactly.
of the future of Guyana and that of our children and grandchildren, my brother. It's sad to say.
Glenn, I want to share, I don't like to be political in a sense, because let me tell you something, from my heart I'm telling you, I have nothing against no Guyanese in the sense of other races. I love my African brother the same way I love me Indian or Amerindian brother. But I want to share a little story, and this is what is keeping Guyana down. The division between these two major race. There was an incident happening in Barbies where a man, I think I got his name, some Odesi Roberts, right? Insulted a girl, maybe hit the girl. I don't know, me thought the man wife for a girlfriend, but me find out from people that say no. But the point I'm making is this: if that man is an African person hitting an Indian girl, but if that man was a PNC man, you would hear social media and the news and all them women rights and all organizations, but he happened to be a PPP person because I saw him with Irfan Ali, took out a picture, right? And never heard anybody say anything. In fact, when I heard on the news, the next day the man fly out of the country. You see? You see how we are divided?
Hey.
That we make race rule our hearts and our head.
But
and that is why this country is in this situation.
This is why the first thing I learned in the oil business is what oil companies come and do. They create chaos, confusion. That's what they do.
Exactly.
They push a
Exactly.
spoke here. They push a spoke in the wheel here, and they push a spoke in that one wheel there, and they create that cost down. And while we fight among ourselves, they fetch out everything.
Yes, exactly.
That is exactly what is playing out here. And nobody's saying or seeing or saying anything.
No. In fact, the guy and these people feel, some, of course not everybody, but a lot of people feel that only PPP can run this country. Maybe God can run them like the PPP. Only them has the right to they can run this country. And you want to set or feel that only PNC can run this country, right? But there is some people think too that both of them like me. So that was I am saying that we got three county. Who feel PNC can run this country, they should take one of the county, and who feel PPP can run, they should take one. And who like me feel both of them can rule, we should take one. Then we go show them how to run one country, like the lady in Barbados.
Yep, we gotta find a Guyanese like that Bayesian PM that could take all the votes. That can take all the votes. That can take all the votes, my friend. All the votes.
Yes.
And then turn around.
Let me find a Guyanese woman.
Exactly. Guyanese man or woman. And then turn around and lock up every one of them.
Man.
Jail them.
I tell you.
Man.
Glenn, my brother.
Man.
I tell you.
Me always say, I said couple times. You hear me? I said couple times on the radio program, I'm fed up talk about it. I may or may not be a leader or not. But I know my leadership, my chair already designed, set and waiting for me up there with my creator, with our creator. And I would watch them when they come to the gate. And then I will have my day with them. I will have my day with the ambassadors, them too. Not only them, yes. And the high commissioners.
Tell people that the Guyanese people's future will be good. And them future would be good.
As we talking here, I remember vividly the French ambassador to the region never come to Guyana. His base is in Barbados. Never come to Guyana. And he's the ambassador for the whole region, including Guyana. When we find Isle, the man fly down here. Didn't meet with the press. He got sit down with a man called Critic. and tell Critic, well, he will talk to French Guyana. to buy the electricity that Guyana gonna produce. You know, the excess, so Guyana can get something out of it. An electric line from here to French Guyana would cost more than the project. You hear me? We ain't giving an electric line for run from Georgetown to Timeri proper. We can't afford that. All the lines in this country, you hear me, is porous. We're losing 25 to 30% of the electricity being generated on a daily basis in this country. And we can't fix that until now. We gonna put a line 50 times the size of Guyana to French Guyana for sell 10 people. 10 people, you know. Cause only a couple people live in French Guyana. How much? Maybe a couple thousand only. He come tell me, look, if these people isn't disrespectful to brown, black, and purple people in this country, then, brother, I don't know how to describe this. If the eyes not past me, I wish he had been at a press conference where I was, and he opening him out, talking that.
I know.
Wow.
Glenn, let me tell you something. There's a lot of politicians in this country, right? I think, you know, like when you get one dead, people just go keep wake and just talk Nancy, and you just give one crowd. You just give one crowd for talk Nancy for keep up the wake.
Yeah.
They think plenty of them should go take one job at their house. You know, go keep wake. You know, I entertain the people, and because the people in distress, they want to hear Nancy's story. You know, yeah.
Oh boy.
I think they would do a good job there.
I thank you for the one. You made my day, you know. The little whip up in me, you cool me down there, man. You cool me down there.
Glenn, you know, when me listen what the foreigners has done to this world, nations already, you know what come to my mind? They might give visa for going to England. But then they should have only give this free visa. They should have given a free ticket with pocket piece money, couple £1,000 in your pocket.
As you talk about
every Guyanese, and especially Indian and African should go to England and see what before parents' money bill.
As you talk about visa, the visa free travel that live with the UK, one Guyanese from Linden, a brother went up there and they turned him back. They put him back on the flight to Barbados. You know, the poor fella must barely catch a little hand for buy a ticket for go to Barbados to visit the brother or his sister. They put him back on the plane. They tell him he come with enough money to upkeep him in England. So it's a good thing you raise it so I can tell. 1 second, I could tell Guyana, not because you don't have to get a visa for go to England, uncle and auntie. You or your children can just buy a ticket and go there. Visa do not allow you into the country. You have to go to the country and reach up immigration officer, and them just decide whether you come in or you come out. Every country, we used to be just got Trinidad to get on back, Barbados to get on back. Well, it's just so you can go to England and get on back. A visa, 1 second, a visa, let me be very clear with this visa thing to you. A visa just enables you to purchase a ticket to fly to the country, to the airport or the port of landing. That's all a visa does. It doesn't get you in the country. You got to go there and reach up the immigration and talk with them. They have the right to send you back on the plane with a visa too. So don't get confused and get tied up. Don't book a ticket and go to England, because you're going to waste all the money.
But get me clear on this. The point I was making, that Guyanese people should have got for enter for free plane ticket, free passage money and pocket money, everything for go and see our before parents from India and Africa bill, because of we money, right? Make England and Europe. So we should not even pay even for the ticket. You know, it should be for free.
Instead, the little that they left, how many years after independence? 56? They're hustling to thief everything back right now. Thief out everything.
Yeah.
You believe this?
With the ideal and so on.
Yes. 56 years of independence. That's now come back. Thief, I want everything. So when they're done with you, they left you dry. Your mouth dry, everything dry for you. It's the same thing. It's the same thing they did to Africa. It's the same thing they did to Africa.
You know, and they might come in disguise with a little handout and little change money and throw, you know, around.
My brother, thank you. Have a good night. Have a good
You
night.
take care of all the best.
Namaste.
God bless you.
God bless. God bless. Oh boy. Oh boy, eh? The man say you should go to they should send them to do give Nancy story at wake. Good evening, sir.
Mr. Glenn Lall,
Yes, sir.
your previous caller couldn't have said it better in relation to the ambassadors. The ambassadors should not stick their nose in affairs of countries. They can't do that in these big countries, these North America countries. You never see a United States ambassador in Russia or in Canada or any one of these first world country can voice her opinion. She should keep her mouth closed and mind her own business and worry about which visa she's giving to the Cubans in Guyana to go to America.
Thank you.
That's simple and straight.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you.
All right, good night, buddy. Bye-bye.
You don't mind they put them out or say something when something is wrong, but don't mislead a country. They have some say, you're in Guyana, you're part of Guyana, you have an embassy here, and if something is going wrong, you have a right to speak, but don't mislead a country. Don't. During the election, the ABC country came out and said it was wrong what the PNC was doing. And they were castigated by the PNC. But they stood up when they see wrong and they spoke. I got no qualms over that. But come on, don't mislead. Don't mislead us. Don't come tell us about promising economy when there's a dark tunnel staring the Guyanese people in the face with what you and your company doing to the country. No. And with that I say namaste and good night to all of you. Take a early evening.